how to create truly cinematic scenes using two powerful AI tools, Flux and High-Loa/Minimax. I'm talking about how to build a full workflow to make your videos truly cinematic. So whether you're aiming to create a high-impact scene for your project or just experimenting with some AI magic, let's get into it. So I wanted to do something more than just show you how Flux and High-Loa work together. It's worth noting that any of the major video gen AIs can do the same tasks that we'll be covering in this quick tip video. Think of this as a mini cinematic course. We're going to cover everything from framing and camera movement to lighting, mood, and color grading, all using AI. Flux, with its insane image generation, and High-Loa with its video synthesis, makes this entire workflow super streamlined and creative. First off, with Flux, it's amazing at generating cinematic imagery. So I'll be using the free Comfy UI version, but if you don't want to bother with learning or installing Comfy UI, you can use any of these alternatives. Then we'll bring our Flux images into High-Loa for dynamic video creation. The way these tools handle things like shadows, textures, and depth really will set the tone for our cinematic look. First off, you're going to have to include some things in your Flux prompts to make them look more cinematic, so we have a place to start with. Flux will do most of the heavy lifting, but just adding a couple of key prompts will give it that vibe that you're going for. And that really comes down to lighting. Lighting is everything when it comes to cinematic vibes. AI generated scenes can feel flat without the right lighting setup. So in Flux, we're going to use phrases like dramatic backlighting or soft golden hour light to nail that perfect light setup. Say you want that moody, dark, and shadowy noir feel, just going for deep shadow lighting or low-key lighting in your prompt will go pretty far. And let's not forget about LUTs. These typically are color grading filters that transform your footage, and what they do is unite several clips into one scene by having very similar colors. But you can do this in your prompt too. So in your prompt, you can ask for things like cinematic teal or orange LUT or vintage film LUT, and it'll give you a little bit of more Hollywood finish. Once we have our images, we can talk about adding camera movement. If you want your AI generated scenes to feel cinematic, it's all about how the camera moves through the frame. Think of movements like slow pans. Slow pans give a suspenseful cinematic look on their own. Tracking shots is another great one, perfect for following action, and it can add a lot of energy to your scene. Tilt and zoom combos can give a classic film epic-y look. Framing is very important. We can stick to the rule of thirds to give your composition balance. It's a simple way to add visual interest. Foreground elements, you don't want to do this with every shot, but if you want to add depth, try adding a foreground object like trees or furniture or abstract shapes in the scene. Prompting for cinematic depth of field with foreground blur can be enough. It might give you a little bit of extra pop that you're looking for. So to sum it up, using Flux and High-Loa isn't just about making cool images and videos, although it is partially about that. It's also about crafting a cinematic story with AI as your toolset. From camera movement to lighting and LUTs, you can shape entire scenes with a few smart prompts. As always, let me know in the comments what you think and share your own creations. Thanks for watching. If you're into AI tools for AI creatives like Flux and High-Loa, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future tips and tutorials. Happy creating!